Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Firstly, I just want to say thank you for watching the last video. I had no expectations on that. I didn't know how many views it was going to get. Didn't know whether it would have got 10 views, 100 views, 1,000 views. It got more support than I thought it would. I also got a lot of feedback, which is what I mentioned. My videos will improve as I continue to get better at YouTube. So someone mentioned to me, or a few people mentioned to me, I noticed it myself as well, that if you listen through headphones, you can only hear it out of one side. Hopefully that problem is resolved. Hopefully now if you're wearing headphones, you can hear it through both ears, which is good. Secondly, some of the shots weren't the best in the gym, but that is just me getting used to the camera settings. But after some practice and just doing it more, I've got better at changing the settings, so hopefully the clips today will be much clearer. Today we have legs. Gonna be a very intense, brutal leg day, which is what we want. We want to be training to failure and we want to be training optimally. So that's what we're gonna be doing. I have I think it's apple sours, my protein pre. I don't know if it's apple sours or just apple. That's what I'm drinking today. Gonna finish this off in the car. Gonna mic up through the session, talk you through it, hopefully get some montagey clips as well of me training like an absolute psycho. And then after the session, I'm gonna talk to you a bit about why I train to failure and why you should train to failure yourself, because I'm a big advocate for training to failure. I wish I had a squares bar right now because I feel like I've eaten my pre-workout meal about 90 minutes ago. Nevertheless, we're gonna smash this session. If you happen to watch George Osborne on YouTube, then you will know that he keeps a cardboard box with all his gym equipment inside. And he's inspired me to, because it's way easier. I can just come to the back of my car, grab my stuff before the session. Okay, so I forgot to mention that it's actually meant to be a rest day today, and I'm not gonna lie, probably should not be training as I'm probably not that recovered. I just trained legs 2 days ago, but I really just wanted to come in today. It was a day where I just was super motivated, so I came in. We're gonna get a leg day done. Now, as far as the session goes, this is more of a hypertrophy based leg day, whereas my other leg day, I'm really focusing on barbell squats. I'm putting them first just so I can load as much as possible. Obviously my goal is to squat 220. So that day I'm focused more on strength and then just doing some accessory work afterwards, which I can get away with because my quads are one of my stronger muscle groups. And then this day is a more hamstring focused leg day. So we're starting off with half press, and then we'll be moving on to a lying hamstring curl. And that is just to train in the shortened position first before we do our hip hinge, which is an RDL. So we're training in a shortened position first and then a lengthened position afterwards, as you fatigue quicker in a shortened position. Now, another reason I do that is because on hip hinges, I know it's the same for a lot of people, but I really struggle to feel my hamstrings on a hip hinge. I feel a lot of lower back and just a lot of pulling through my posterior chamber, not much of my hamstrings. So by doing lying hamstring first, it really allows me to have that mind muscle connection going into the hip hinge. Then we've got the RDL, which is our main movement. That is going to train our hamstrings at a lengthened position along with our glutes and erectors, which is absolutely fine. After that, I'm finishing off with quad work. So we're going to be forming the leg press. Not much to say about the leg press. I just absolutely love the movement. And then finishing off with a leg extension. Okay, so I did a push day 2 days ago with my mate David, who, if you know me, you probably know him. And we did not warm up because we were just excited to start. And for the first time in like a year, I pulled my bicep. Like all along here, it hurts. So then I did pull yesterday and I couldn't do curls. And the reason it happened is because we did not warm up. For the first time in forever, I didn't warm up. I thought it'd be all right. And that just shows that you need to be warming up. If you're training to failure, if we're training like overloading, reps past failure every single session, you need to be warming up because it takes 5 minutes and it's really, really not worth it. Mind. Yes. Just because it's a calf movement does not mean you should be half-hearting it. If you want them to grow, you should train them the same as any other muscle group. Don't neglect them, don't put them last, and don't do high rep ranges when you don't need to. 5 to 8 reps is still perfect to grow your calves. That's all you, short it. One more. You. Short. Okay, so I'm about to top set on hamstring curl. As I mentioned, we're doing this to train in the short position. Ideally, I wish there was a seated hamstring curl in this gym so we can train our hamstrings in a lengthened position, but there isn't. So we make do with this. It's still a great movement. It's just those 1% things, really. Okay, moving on to RDLs, which is our main movement of this session. The goal today is to build up to 170. That would be ideal. I got 160 last week for 7, but I'm feeling confident. I'm getting really strong at the moment, quickly, so I'm gonna try 170. What I'll do is I'll go 160, and if it moves well, I will go to 170. Ooh, it was good. At this point, I do need to focus up. I will put my music on for this rep, and I won't take it lightly. It's moving more.
Surrender for those who have no conviction. I am coming for this world and all it has to offer.
Oh yeah,
Stop me.
come in.
Care for nothing more than to see my name carved in history and for the world to love with my greatness. I am coming for it all.
How did it look? 6.5. First time touching the weight. Fuck me, I'm happy with that. You're good, man. I've got my good lens on now, so hopefully the quality will be insane. Onto my favourite movement, a leg press. I don't know what else to say. Gonna do 2-3 warm-ups, then we'll top set around 4.5 plates aside. When performing your warm-up, every single rep in your warm-up set should be the exact same as if you were to do your top set. You shouldn't speed them up, you shouldn't rush them. They should be just as controlled as your top set. That was alright. Come on then!
Belly tapping.
My whole body's throbbing. That's a set to failure, boy. Okay, so the last movement is a leg extension. Now, the main reason I do this last is because I love taking this to absolute failure. And what I mean is like doing like a 4-tier drop set to the point where your legs are shaking and you can't move. That's my favorite thing in the world. If I was to do that before a leg press or squat pattern, I feel like I'd hold back because I know I've got a leg press next or a squat pattern next, and therefore I'm not going to give this 100%. I'm not going to do that crazy drop set because I would not be able to squat half the weight. So I leave this to last, and then I can barely walk out the gym, stumble out the door. There's nothing better. Oh, that's gonna wrap up the leg day, boys. I'll see you in the car. All right, I went and got myself a Subway. I literally could not make it back without eating. I was so hungry. I'm joking, that's an exaggeration, but still need to eat something. I went for steak and cheese, which is probably the leanest thing on the menu. And they gave it me in this really weird box thing, which I haven't seen. It is going everywhere, mate. Oh my God. Bro didn't even cut the Subway. It's just 12 inches. The amount of crumbs I've got on me now is ridiculous. This is so messy. 1 minute. That is good though. Okay, so I just want to finish off the video by talking about why I train to failure and why you should train to failure. So the first and main reason is, as a natural athlete, as a natural gym goer or bodybuilder, it is extremely hard to put on muscle, especially after your first, say, 4 or 5 years of training. I will be lucky to put on 1 pound of muscle this year with everything dialed in. That's all my training dialed in, all my all my training dialed in, all my diet training in. What the fucking hell? All my diet dialed in, all my training dialed in. I will be lucky to put on a pound of muscle. So with that said, training to failure is forcing yourself to grow. It's the only way to do it. Yes, you can leave reps in reserve, but you will make so much more progress if you do less volume with higher intensity. I only do personally 2 sets per exercise, but both of them are to absolute failure, and the reason being is because I'm getting the most out of every single set. The second reason I train to failure is because I love it. I love the feeling of pushing yourself beyond what you can imagine you can do. When you're there and you feel like you cannot get another rep no matter what, and you try and you actually do get that rep, that is the most fulfilling feeling in the world for me. Even if someone was to say, George, you're never gonna gain another pound of muscle, I would still go every single day and train to failure because I just love it. Anyway, I'm gonna finish the video there. Thank you for watching. As always, everything is linked below. My coaching, my training programs, my protein link, my Instagram, my TikTok. I would appreciate it if you could subscribe. The goal now is to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It seems doable. It really does seem doable. It'll be hard, but it'll be doable. And that's when I'll get monetized. So that's the goal, 1,000 subs by the end of the year. So if you can subscribe, it will help out more than you can ever imagine. Leave a comment just saying what you thought of the video. And yeah, see you later.